Hello and welcome. We are creating agreement-based music publishing software called Latona. It's fast. Yes, it is still a long way to go until it's done, but I can already tell you it is fast. Let me explain the term agreement-based. There are two basic ways how copyright information can be stored. State-based approach stores the current state of copyright for every work. When you need to register a work or calculate royalties, you find the sheet of paper with the current state. Then you check whether there are some agreements or other reasons why the data would need to be changed. You change the data if needed, sometimes requiring a new sheet. Then you use this data and file the paper, and move on to the next work. Early music publishing administration solutions implemented the same process. Many old ones still do it that way, although they claim to be dynamic. One thing is sure, though. If there's a process called merging, it is state-based. Just by having agreements in a system does not make it agreement-based. Agreement at the base make it agreement-based. Agreements at the top make it just slow. The right way to do it in this century is to store immutable copyright data, as well as all agreements, and calculate states on the fly as needed. What immutable data means is explained in the video linked above. Let me state clearly that I will not show you exactly how Latona does this. Speed is one of its core competitive advantages. But I will tell you as much as a good developer can reverse engineer from Latona. Next week, when we start talking about musical works, you will see how original agreements are linked to writers' participations in creating a work. Administration agreements link to original, and sub-publishing agreements to admin, if it exists, or original, if it does not. This is where it gets extremely technical. Stay focused. Any data that comes in, let's say we are creating a batch registration file, goes through a nested set of functions with agreement attributes being function parameters. For every original agreement relevant for our registration, there is one set of function parameters. And we are talking about parameters, very small bits of data. For 1 million original agreements, cache would be only about 100 megabytes. Peanuts. And that is all that needs to be temporarily cached. Everything else just passes through. 1 million agreements? Who exports that many in one go? How many works is that? How long would it take? If this is what you want to know, you missed the point. It can be done. Still, let's say it is 10 million works. Without parallel processing, CWR generation would take couple of hours. In the meantime, Latona would be as responsive as usually. But, a more realistic example would be processing 1 million rows of royalty statements. With an agreement-based system, it takes only couple of minutes. Bottom line? Latona is blazingly fast. I will return to these issues, with code examples, once we reach CWR generation in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, several recommendations. Here is the whole Latona series, and if you are just interested in its functionality, here are just tutorials. Below is our music publishing series from Season 2. And this is a video from it, covering immutable data. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in our next video.